Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll look into one of the best scorers in the NBA. He's 6'10", can handle the ball, and shoot from anywhere on the floor. Kevin Durant is a big man, but with guard-like qualities, which makes him such a threat on the floor. Some even say he's the best player in the world. He's proven to be a top-notch threat in the NBA so far, so today's topic is going to be what NBA legends think about Kevin Durant. So let's get into the video.
Misses. Durant comes the other way. Durant crossover and the slam. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant suffered from a torn Achilles tendon, so people weren't sure how good he would come back this season. So this 2020-2021 season, he's been playing the best basketball he's ever played. He's currently averaging 28.4 points per game, shooting a high 53% from the field and 44.3% from the three. So let's check out NBA legends and more on how good Kevin Durant is.
Guy to defend.
Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Kevin Durant. That was the one that I retired without really having to being able to figure out what it is, how I can stop him.
Why?
When he first came in the league, he was easy to defend because he couldn't go right and shoot. You should kind of shoot across his face. So that was a weakness that he had. Also in the post, he couldn't turn left shoulder. Everything was right shoulder. So that gave me areas that I could shut off. Right, and then he started developing it. And now he can pull up left, he can pull up right. He can shoot the long ball. He has runners, left hand, right hand. Before he had a left hand finish at the rim, I could always send him left, force him all the way to the basket. Even with the advantage of his size, he was still uncomfortable finishing with his left. So I could clamp the right hand and now force him into tough situations. But now he developed that. But then I couldn't really figure out, is this a rhythm thing? I'm trying to count the seconds that he takes to make his moves. When does he make them? At what times in the game? I couldn't really figure out that rhythm yet. So I retired not being able to figure him out.
So who is the best player in basketball?
I'm sticking with Kevin Durant, and here's why. I'm going to start on the defensive end first. When he first sat down with Steve Kerr, he challenged him on the defensive end. Career high in block shots, seven blocks this year. He always guarded his man every night. He wanted to guard LeBron James. He wanted to guard Paul George. For all the small forwards throughout the NBA, he said, Steve Kerr, I want to guard them. And offensively, he was the most efficient guy we've seen all year long. He got to the finals, got even better. Shoots the three, can post up, 90, 50, 40 guy. Right now, he has to be the best player in the league because he dominates on both ends of the floor.
There's a vote for
KD received a lot of hate for leaving OKC and joining the Warriors, and now headed to Brooklyn and forming his own super team with Kyrie Irving. Honestly, there's no reason why he shouldn't win another title this season, having Harden, Irving, Griffin, Jordan, and now Aldridge. So let's check out some more on what NBA legends and more think of KD.
That Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA. When he's going offensively, he is the most unstoppable offensive force I've ever seen. I've been watching the game 40 years, and I don't care who you want to talk about, Michael Jordan, anybody else, no one was more purely unstoppable when he gets going offensively. And what you see him doing on the defensive end now, he is playing defense with a purpose. Durant, I think, has become the best player in the NBA right now.
And when you talked about this in the last 40 years, Michael Jordan was 6'6". Kobe Bryant was 6'7", 6'6". So when you're watching these guys, even LeBron James at 6'9", but Kevin Durant is a full, 3-4 inches taller than all of these guys with that length. He is the most unguardable human that's ever been created from an offensive standpoint. Can shoot, can dribble, can pass, can drive, can do everything. And right now is literally the prime and the pinnacle, I think, of his career.
Remember last year we were doing the touchscreen where I told you that Kawhi Leonard's standing reach was 8'10", just him standing up, and I brought out the roll tape and we showed Kevin Durant scoring over him, and I said he's the most gifted player the league has ever seen. Like, I stand by my comments because I said this last year. How about this? PJ Tucker has done the best job in over a month guarding him because KD shot 44%. Do you know what percentage KD has been shooting over the past month from the field? 67% from the field. And he's taking shots like we're about to show, one-legged runners away. Like, watching him work out throughout the summer greening, I'm telling you, the shots that he practiced, that he's been able to master. And with his size, with his length, with his ability to go into his bag, understanding from Dirk, other players, it's the most gifted thing I've ever seen.
And so there's a point that I think we should make here, and that is that because he plays, and I would describe this sometimes as a comparison to the New York Yankees in baseball, sometimes individual players on the Yankees would never win MVP awards and things like that because they just had so many good players. Do you think that Durant's greatness is to some degree diminished in the public eye because there were so many other stars on his team?
100%. And look, I stand by this, Warrior fans. get whoever you want, bring them. Yes, there's been jokes made, there's been talks made, but at the end of the day, everyone looked at Kevin Durant like, yo, you don't need those guys. Like, you are amazing. You can dominate. You can do this. And so when he joined up,
Why
it's
is that
okay.
the conversation?
But we're just
because my thing is like, I understand what people were saying. Why do you need those guys? Maybe he actually wants to play for a legitimate team. Have you been seeing what's been going on OKC with Russell Westbrook dominating the ball?
This is the thing, JJJ. I agree. He should be able to do that. We're just talking about the narrative and what the conversation became, right? They were like, yo,
it doesn't make us right because it became that.
I'm not saying it is, but what I'm saying really and truly is that he is the most dominant player in the world, right? Right now, what he has been able to do. So yeah, so it does make it a little bit easier for him to team up with another 2-time MVP and a team that's already won champ. I'm not critiquing that. I'm just saying that when you looked at it as a whole, you're like, man, this guy has it all.
It just blows me away that the narrative will be, even after this year, if they win a third consecutive championship, okay? They win 3 in a row. The narrative is going to be, well, he has to go prove it by himself. Like, I'm not saying that's what you're going to say. I'm saying what other people have said.
Is that wrong? Tell me why it's wrong.
Well, because, I mean, guys won 3 championships.
Agreed.
So like, Charles Barkley never won it by. I can go through a list of people that never won it by themselves. Like, that's a new NBA now. And LeBron never wins a couple if he doesn't have Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and my thing is this. And then when people ask me, what do you think KD is going to do? I think KD should stay there and win as many championships as humanly possible. I think that's what he should do, in my opinion.
Here's the point. Kevin Durant, I believe, is the best player in the world right now. If you make a list, I just spent a couple of minutes talking about John Havlicek and his legacy. I don't think people put Kevin Durant in the same historical context that his game probably deserves because he's doing it on this stacked team that was winning without him. And if he goes somewhere else and does it, fairly or not, I think people will view him differently. I really do.
I think that is a product of recency bias. And I will say this. I think 10 years after KD's career is over, I think people will look back at the numbers and be like, we've never seen anything like that. That's always what it is. We always get absorbed into this world where it's like, we have to talk about it right now. What are you going to do right now? 10 years from now, when you look at the numbers, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. He's the most efficient player there is in the league, and he's not a big man. He's a guy taking fadeaway jump shots.
Yeah, I know. Look, Kevin Durant can do anything that he wants. Listen, just because we talk about it doesn't mean I don't reserve the right and respect your right to do whatever it is that you want. If he wants to go play in Phoenix and because he likes the weather and wants to go, fine. That's not for us to decide, but it is for us to talk about.
I'll take the under on Phoenix. But
hey, that's my hometown. I did my best, guys. I did my best.
But New York feels like a real possibility. Will it change things if he winds up a Knick as a free agent, which so many people think is going to happen, and he leaves the Knicks who've not won a championship since 1973? I think it will feel different if they put together a team around him in New York that feels in every way like it's his team, and he wins one there. I do think it would feel different.
Do you think his legacy is different if he goes? I'm just saying, if he goes there and wins.
LeBron's Cleveland championship is viewed differently than his 2 Miami championships for similar reasons.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. So LeBron had D Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami, but he had Kyrie Irving that made the shot in Game 7 to win it. So why are we saying that his narrative is different?
Because sometimes the narrative writes itself, and it's not always real.
He did lead that playoff series in every statistical category, even though Kyrie hit the shot.
I'm not saying. I already said that. I think LeBron is incredible. All I'm saying is like Kevin Durant is also, you're talking about back-to-back MVPs of the finals. So
he can get you 30 on 12 shots. He's the most efficient.
What's efficient? I'm just going James Harden's best, just pure score.
Okay, but James is not as efficient as that.
No.
Can't do what KD.
No, he don't shoot the ball.
You don't even know KD's out there sometimes, and you look up and say, he's already got 24 points. Where did those come from? Because he can shoot those mid-range J's. He can shoot threes. He's a 50, 40, 90 guy, 50% from the field, 40 from 3, and 90 from the free throw line.
6 assists tonight, 10 plus rebounds. He may be the best player in the world today.
Today?
Today.
What? Whoa.
I mean, look at. We're on the final stage. LeBron is giving you good numbers.
Stop.
What can't he do?
Let me stop you before Where's you that start. drink? What's in there? Cut it out,
What can he do on the court?
Let me check in that drink. Let me smell what you got going on in your mug. You stop it now.
Hey, this is truth juice.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. He balled out today. The best player in the world? I don't know.
So if KD doesn't win his 3rd NBA title with the Nets being a completely stacked team, how will this affect Kevin Durant's legacy? Let us know what you think in the comments. So thanks for tuning in to watch today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you next time.